most people don't know, and it's something that's actually very important for all of you guys to know. When it comes to you guys getting credits from a student accounting standpoint, you cannot have more than 10 unexcused absences in a class period. If you have more than 10 unexcused absences, you lose credit in that class without an appeal. The state, however, doesn't care if it's excused or unexcused. They're looking at your average daily attendance. And that goes to our funding. So there's only four ways by which you can be considered, your absences can be considered exempt, where they don't count against your average daily attendance in school. And that's because of any school suspension, regular suspension, home hospital, or school activities. Thank you. Those are the four ways that you guys that it becomes exempt, where it doesn't count against you because you're under the care of the school. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So there are two different systems by which we have to look at attendance that don't necessarily talk to each other. One doesn't care. One doesn't not care why you're not at school. They just want to see if you're not at school. The other one says, we want these students to get credit, so they have to meet a 90% attendance rule, which means they have to be in class 90% of the time. So it makes it really tricky for us to try to figure out how to help you guys. Because parents call in, and they call their student in sick, and they think that's fine. And for you guys getting credit, it is. But when it comes to the state monitoring our funding, if you have a bunch of medical absences, they don't care. They just care that you're not here. And so that system works differently than the student accounting system.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's your idea right now with our funding?
Well, you guys tell me what's on the table.
That 10 absences is not 10% of 180. Let's start there.
It's per semester.
20 absences is not. Is it?
Okay, we're gonna move past that part and pretend that math didn't happen in your head. What did we talk about the other day? I was listing on the board the different topics that we could potentially.
Seniors versus freshmen attendance.
True. Yeah.
Lunch, leaving during lunch.
Tardies after lunch and tardies for first period.
Okay. That's an interesting one. I know the answer to that one. I'm not going to tell you, but I know the answer.
We talked about upperclassmen versus underclassmen, each grade level. We talked about age.
Gender.
We talked about gender, if we could see a difference in the gender.
And I was interested to hear why you guys were worried about a certain reporting category when it comes to ethnicity. Why are you guys worried about?
Because Mexicans are never on time. Let's get that shit. Let's put that out there. We're never on time. Yeah.
I am.
No, you're not.
I can say I am.
Okay, but you guys, when I asked about ethnicity, you guys said you didn't want to do it. That you felt.
Not really, it's kind of like.
I mean, I don't get offended, but
Well, asking other people, they would get offended.
Yes.
Okay, but we don't have to ask anyone. He's just going to print out the information for you.
So what you guys may not know is that that is a federally reported demographic that we have to provide to the state and federal government.
How many times Hispanics really?
No, your overall average daily attendance. I don't really get that far into the weeds.
Oh, I was gonna say.
But why do you guys have any idea why they would want to look at that information? Why would they want it broken out by ethnicity?
States are still a Title I school.
Partially. Why else?
They're not racist.
Actually, the exact opposite.
The diversity.
What they're trying to do is make sure that every demographic has the same opportunities as every other demographic. So when they go through and they see that one of our subpopulations is attending school less, they don't know, they need to get to the bottom of why that is. They don't know why, they just know that whatever demographic is lower than other demographics does not have the same opportunities. And so they use that as a way to try to find an answer so they can make sure that the playing field is level. Hence Title I. That's why we get Title I dollars. We get Title I dollars because they've realized that we're part of a socioeconomic status that does not have as many opportunities as other places. And that's all based on, in part, ethnic data. And again, it's not about being racist, it's about trying to make sure that it's a level playing field. Does that make sense?
So you guys feel a little bit more comfortable about taking on? I gotta show it to third period. You guys feel okay with taking on potentially ethnicity?
So what are the other things you guys are what do you guys, what are your project questions? What are the things you guys are considering?
Are we all doing one question or?
No, you guys are all gonna do, not necessarily not everyone will have something different because we may be limited on the number of questions we can do, but I was hoping to have,
One of each.
6 to 8 different topics.
Is it individual or is it two?
We were getting there, 2 or 1, by yourself or with a partner. But everyone will be required to submit their own separate write-up. I need to see that you know how to do the calculations on your own still.
I promised you mine.
Yeah.
We'll have an option.